Before we start doing our own mock drafts, I'm going to go around the web. And I'm going to look at everyone else's. And I'm going to call them stupid. I probably won't. What is up, Finn fans? Happy Thursday? Honestly, I had no idea what day it was. They're starting to blend. 1 week from today, the Miami Dolphins and the rest of the NFL will be drafting, and I will be live. 8 o'clock. Yes. So day one is 8 o'clock. Day two starts at 7 o'clock. Because day one is only round one. Day two is round 2 and 3. And Saturday is 4, 5, 6, 7. I won't be live for that, but I will be uploading shorts for each pick that they do, because we have 2 4s, 2 5s, and 3 7s. So there's a lot that's going to be going on. So I'll be posting live little snippets of that. One other thing, getting very close to the office being done. The ceiling is, I would say, 98% done. So when everything's done, I'm going to do a new tour video of the office. And that is going to be on the membership and the Patreon. If you already have a membership or part of the Patreon, the old tour video is up there if you want to go back and check that out before I give you a tour of this one. But I'm almost done. Literally, like I said, 98% done. It's mostly I just have to do little snippets of the ceiling. So there's that. All right, enough, because some people are always commenting, the video starts here. The video starts when I hit the record button. I like to talk. And I feel like people subscribe because they like to hear my dumb voice. So we are going to go around the internet. I'm not going to go everywhere. There is one that I want to go to. And here we go. I know they do a lot. They do like full 7-round mock drafts. And I want to react to theirs. So I think I added theirs. Okay, so we'll do theirs as well. But I want to start here with NFL.com because Chad Reuter came out with this article saying 5 pivotal slots in round 1 that could change the direction of the 2025 NFL draft. And I thought, if we're reacting to things, I feel like that is the best spot to start. Let me minimize myself a little bit more so I fit in there. So here is Chad Reuter. How you doing? So he's got 3. So he says, heading into the 2025 NFL draft, 5 teams are facing particularly interesting decisions. Both New York clubs are trying to right their ship. Blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, the Patriots and Dolphins are trying to catch up to the Bills in the AFC East, and the Vikings are looking to reach the top of the hyper-competitive NFC North. What do all 5 of those teams have in common? They are assigned draft slots. All appear to be crucial, pivotal points in determining how the first round shakes out. So again, Giants, Patriots, Jets, Dolphins. Now, this is why I want to start it here, because what is he saying? He's saying, as reflected in my recent 5-round mock draft, that's what we're going to react to next. Miami is a team I could see trading down. The Dolphins can find a starter at one of the 3 primary needs, secondary, offensive line, tight end, later in the first round. So I can envision them moving down to anywhere from 16, Arizona, to 25, Houston, gain more quality draft picks via trade, could represent a path toward competing with elite teams in the AFC. Let's just rewind that a scotch. He said the Dolphins can find a starter at one of their primary needs, secondary, of course, offensive line, yes, tight end? He thinks tight end is one of the primary needs of the Miami Dolphins and not safety or defensive line, where we have one starter. Tight end? Mr. Reuter. Huh? Let's see your 5-round mock draft, Mr. Reuter. Again, this is his. Chad Reuter. We're going to look at a few of these up here as well. Chad Reuter, he's got Cam Ward 1. He's got Travis Hunter, nothing out of the norm. No trades as of yet. He has Tyler Warren going to the Panthers. He has Jackson Dart going to the Jets. I doubt the Jets believe in Justin Fields, but I also think they won't necessarily produce them for preclude them from drafting a quarterback. Competition between Fields and is Jackson Dart. I hope the Jets take Jackson Dart at 7. Jalen Walker, Membu going to Chicago. Their line would be ridiculous. Will Campbell, Terry, just McMillan. I'm not even gonna butcher his first name. I think that's the first wide receiver besides Hunter off the board, because he's both. He's a corner wide receiver. Ashton Genty goes to the Raiders. Yeah, I think we all can predict that. Calvin Banks, and then a projected trade with the Miami Dolphins. So that's where Calvin Banks. So we dropped down with the Arizona Cardinals. Banks could immediately compete at left guard or right tackle, where Jonah Williams missed some games. The Cardinals would not have to pay a steep price, swapping a 3rd round for a 4th rounder to move up. So essentially, we would give them our 4th and we would get their 3rd. We'd have 2 thirds. And we take Jahdae Barron. Playing Barron opposite Jalen Ramsey. Well, when did this come out, good sir? April 4th. Well, I need to update your mock draft, my man. So this might change that a little bit. So that's fantastic. Let's go and see 2nd round. What does he have the Dolphins doing in the 2nd round? He has taken Xavier Watts. I like that. I do like that. That would make me happy. Obviously, we take a corner and then a safety. I'm fine with that. Definite needs there. Then the Dolphins now potentially should have 2 3s. Their first 3. This is the trade. Marcus Mabo, offensive guard, Purdue. Okay, he has so far he has to take a corner, a safety, then a guard. And what else does he have us taking? A tight end or Oronde Gadsden's son. He's taking a tight end. No defensive line. Still. And we have only 1 4 because, again, we traded it. We take Dylan Gabriel. No defensive line still. Okay. Okay. And number 5. What does he have us doing in the 5th? We have 2 5s. There's Shamir Turner. Interesting. He has him going in the 5. I wouldn't hate this pick at all. And then he has Jordan James, running back out of Oregon. So he has the Dolphins taking a corner, a safety, 2 corners and safeties that are really good in my opinion, a tight end, a quarterback. Before he has us taking a defensive tackle and a running back. So those are your 6. I don't hate it. I think he should have taken a defensive tackle before he took Oronde Gadsden. I think that's where he messed up. But who he did take at defensive tackle, I'm not upset with. Dolphins did meet with him. So I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Let's see other mock drafts that we got going on here. Scroll. Let's go to Zierlein. Lance Zierlein. When did he make this one? April 1st. I'm trying to find more recent ones because if you're so far out, the 14th, okay, April 14th, mock draft. So, but here's the thing, this is only 1st rounder. Who does he have the Dolphins taking in the 1st round here? Will Johnson. Okay. Based on Chris Greer's tendency to select 1st rounders who play premium position, i.e. quarterback, wide receiver, offensive tackle, edge, and defensive tackle. Since taking over the draft in 2026, position value matters in Miami, followed by need. Health and long speed concerns have dominated Johnson's evaluation, but his instincts, length, and ball skills make him a potential steal in the teens. Wouldn't be upset with this one. Wouldn't at all. Let's jump to another area. So Dante, I've worked with him a few times, does a mock draft here. He did this one 13 hours ago, so it's more recent. And let's see who he has. So he has the Dolphins taking corner Barron as well. We made this pick before the news of Jalen Ramsey mutual agreeing to trade, but it makes even more sense now. We've written about Barron's fit with the Dolphins at length already. Miami needs a starting corner. 2 now with the Ramsey trade, but it also needs one with flexibility to play safety or in the slot. That's Barron. So he really likes Barron there. In the second round, he has the Dolphins taking Alfred Collins, defensive tackle. I do like that one. The Dolphins go back to the Texas Longhorn for their next selection, taking Alfred Collins. Miami's interior defensive line group is just Sealer and Benito Jones. Yes, 100%. Collins is one of the best fits in the entire draft for the Dolphins. He's a massive run-stuffing presence in the middle of the field with impressive length and technique. He would be ideal painting for Sealer, giving the Dolphins reliability and high-pressure season. Then he has the Dolphins taking Miles Frazier into your offensive line. The Dolphins' offensive line is always a controversial topic among fans, yes, Dante, and analysts. But pretty much everyone goes that the Dolphins need to upgrade one of the guard spots. Frazier has the length to hold up against power and enough movement skill to execute Miami's outside zone heavy scheme. Frazier with a 3-year contribution for the Tigers starting the last season at right guard. He does have experience at left guard, left tackle, and should appeal to the Dolphins even more since they struggled with offensive line injuries. Okay, so far, very happy with what he's done. Then he has them taking, with our first fourth, Jonas Sanker, safety out of Virginia. Dolphins will have to make some hard choices about which position of need they think they are most important because the team signed 2 safeties in free agency. It would make sense to wait on adding another one. I understand that completely. Sanker isn't a perfect replacement for Javon Holland, but the Virginia product is an incredible, solid, all-around player. He's a physical tackler, unwilling to run defender who can also contribute on special teams. Then he also has the Dolphins doubling down on that defensive line, taking Riley Mills, interior defensive lineman. It does look like an O, but it is a D. Out of Notre Dame. The Dolphins have to double down on interior defensive line in this draft. It's too good of a class, and their depth chart is way too empty. Agreed. Riley Mills is flying a bit under the radar because he was injured for Notre Dame at the end of the season, but he would be an excellent addition alongside of Alfred Collins. Miles Mills, is disruptive, powerful pass rush who likes to win with quickness, hand counter, and converting speed to power. Then he has the Dolphins taking another offensive lineman. So far we now have doubled down on offensive linemen. This is a tackle at a UConn, and defensive line. Not upset with that. Chase London. We've selected London in the mock drafts before because he's a strong fit for the Dolphins outside zone. He got the movement skills and size of NFL tackle, but he hasn't quite put those tools together, especially in pass protection, and he won't have to start. Then our Texan. Our tight end is Jackson Howes out of Georgia Tech. Miami's tight end isn't Dyer, but Howes is a player who can contribute in a meaningful way immediately. The Georgia Tech product is arguably the best blocking tight end in the draft. The Dolphins have Farrell Brown, Julian Hill competing for a spot role already, but Jackson may be better than both. Interesting. Then our first 7th, he has us taking an edge rusher, a running back, and a linebacker. I would be very happy with this draft if this is how it panned out. Now, I'd like Will Johnson, but I'm going to defer to Dante here. He obviously knows what he's talking about. You go corner, defensive tackle, into your offensive lineman, safety with your first 4 picks. It addresses all the needs. It addresses every single need. Then after that, you double down and go with whatever you want after that. I have no qualms with that at all. Very good draft there. Then we go to ESPN, and this is Mel Kiper and Field Yates. And they do their first 3 rounds. So they alternate. So you got Yates and then Kiper. So let's see what Dolphins take at 13. And it's going to be Phil Yates taking Will Johnson. Johnson is one of the 10 best players in this draft, an excellent ball skill instinct, and 6'2" size and all stand out. The Dolphins have a hole opposite Jalen Ramsey. We need to update that, making corner a pressing need. And yes, Miami also addresses the offensive line, but it can do that on day 2. Interesting. When was this made? This wasn't made too long ago. Made 2 days ago, the 15th. I'm gonna have to update that. And then round 2, oh, they have Tyler Shuck. That's pronounced Shuck, just so people know how ridiculous that is. That's Shuck going to the Giants. That's so high for Shuck. I just don't like his injuries. They have the Dolphins taking Darius Alexander. I would be ecstatic. Absolutely. So Kuiper and Yates with a 1-2 combo. Tyler Booker goes beforehand to Arizona. I would be ecstatic with Darius Alexander. Tyler Booker would have been a great fit. Yes, I agree. And Arizona guard Jonas Savaiinaea was under consideration, but the defensive line is also a weak spot. Alexander is quick enough and strong enough to hold up wherever Miami. I would love it. So far, you get a round of applause if the Dolphins take Will Johnson and then Darius Alexander. I would be so happy. Where does Jonas Savaiinaea go? To Seattle. And then you got Mason Taylor. I would be so happy with that. Like, you have no idea. And then who do they have? They got Milroe, not Milroy, Milroe going to the Steelers, revealing a trade. Who does he have? The Dolphins taking in the 3rd round with the comp pick because we traded our pick for Jalen, right? Why don't I get that out? Charles Grant, offensive tackle out of Will and Mary. I really like watching Grant play. The former high school wrestler has great physicality and explosiveness. He could bounce inside, push Liam at guard, or he could be a backup at left tackle now that Patrick Ball has taken over. Recently retired Torrin Armstead. So they address needs, and I'm fine with that. And then you have 2 4s, and you can do whatever you want with those 2 4s. So so far, these mock drafts are not ruffling my feathers, except for the one where the guy said that tight end was a need. I was like, what are you on? What are you on? What are you smoking? Put it down. Go get some help. Let's see the latest mock drafts. Let's see if I can just find one. April 9th, quarterback only mock draft. Kuiper's 2-round mock draft. So this is just Mel Kiper. Let's see who he has for the Miami Dolphins. He has Barron. So again, we're taking a corner here. And this one's probably old. Yeah, this is the 8th. So he doesn't even know about Jalen Ramsey. So he's probably saying, oh, you can play opposite of Jalen Ramsey, blah, blah, blah. Barron would jump to the front of the line. His ball skills, 5 interceptions, 24. Speed and versatility would boost the unit. I am so torn between him and Will Johnson. I really like Will Johnson's play style, but Barron, like he said, I like his physicality and stuff. So torn between them two. I'd be happy with either of the picks there. And then in the 2nd round, who does he have? The Dolphins taking at 48. Elijah Arroyo going to the Jets. He has the Miami Dolphins taking Darius Alexander. Again, I would be very happy. Now, obviously, he showed us in the previous mock, but I'm good. I'm happy. Because going into free agency, you have post-draft free agency, you still have a lot of guards and safeties. I'd be so happy with this one. Let's go to Yahoo. And we'll do his mock draft. This is 2 guys, Nate and Charles. This mock draft came out yesterday, right? Yesterday. Who do they have? The Dolphins taking at 13. Josh Carnley Jr., offensive tackle. Torrin Armstead called it a career, and a stellar run as a blindside offensive tackle, simultaneously creating a huge need on the offensive line. Taking offensive tackle at this point makes a lot of sense, and Carnley would be a fit. This is stupid. I'm sorry, no offense to these guys, but no, no, they no. And you got Will Johnson, who would be a better pick, going 14 there. No. One more time. No. You got Shador. So they have Shador Sanders falling all the way to 21 and going to the Steelers. No trade ups or anything. You got to trade up here but you have, like, why not Calvin Banks? If you're going to take a tackle to the Dolphins, Josh Connerly Jr., like, obviously, I didn't do much research on him. Correct me in the comments section. No, that's a hard pass on that one. So far at Yahoo, you get an F. Everyone else, I'm very happy with. Okay, mock draft. So here we go. They do all 7 rounds. When was this one updated? Recently. So this one was updated recently. We got round 1. They have the Miami Dolphins taking Calvin Banks. I'm okay with that. Again, they can play him at guards, offensive issue, offensive line, blah, blah, blah. Same thing. Previously, they had us taking Nick Manwari. Good with either of those. Let's see what's going on in that second round. Second round, they have the Miami Dolphins taking Jahdae Barron. I'm sorry. There's no way Jahdae Barron is going into the second round. No way. The Dolphins needed a corner with no. There's no way. What kind of mock draft? And this was updated on the 15th. They think Jahdae Barron's going in the second round. Oh boy, oh boy. Third round, they have the Dolphins taking. Jeez Louise. That's a steal and a half if I've ever seen one. Quarterback Riley Leonard. Am I missing something here? Again, I just want to reiterate, this was updated on the 15th. They have us thinking, okay, who did this? Whose mock draft is this? Holy God, that's bad. Then they have us taking a tackle. Okay. And then they have us taking also a safety. This is horrible. This draft is horrible. I will just check out the 2 5s and what they have us taking there. I'm not even going to look at their 7. Guard. Dillinger's not bad. I'm not upset with taking Garrett Dillinger. I think he could be good for the Dolphins. And then, so they have us really doubling down. I'm sorry. Those first 3 picks. Yikes. What? No. Those are bad. Most of them were good. Again, I will talk more about this. I'm going to do my own mock drafts. I'm going to do one. I'll do 3 mocks without trades, and then I'll do 3 mocks with trades with different mock draft websites like PFF and Pro Football, and there's a bunch of them that I'll do, 3 or 4, and then I'll do it with trades. And then Wednesday we will preview the draft. I'll talk about who I want at what position and all that good stuff. Got a lot going on. We're getting there. Like I said, a week from today. So hit that subscribe button. I will be live the 24th at 8 o'clock for the first round of the draft. Can the Dolphins pull something off? Will they trade down? A lot of big stuff to talk about. So comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you tomorrow with the final prospect video where we break down secondary. But like usual, stay classy. And fins out.